Do ghosts really exist? Or are they just figments of our overactive imaginations? Picture, if you will, the eerie stillness of a Michigan forest at midnight, or the creaking silence of an abandoned Detroit building. What might be lurking unseen in those shadows? Are there spectral entities among us? These questions are as old as humanity itself. But one thing's for certain. Whatever your beliefs, the ghost stories that come from the state of Michigan will surely give you chills. Our first chilling tale takes us to the Eloise Asylum, a place with a horrifying history. In the heart of Michigan, the Eloise Asylum stands as a grim reminder of a bygone era. A sprawling complex of over 70 buildings, Eloise was once the largest mental institution in the United States. Its origins date back to the late 19th century, when it was established as the Wayne County Poorhouse. It was a place for the county's most destitute and desperate citizens, the poor, the mentally ill, and the orphaned. Over time, its reputation grew darker, with stories of overcrowding, mistreatment, and even mysterious disappearances. The asylum closed its doors in the late 20th century, but the stories didn't end there. Since its closure, there have been numerous reports of paranormal activity. Some say the spirits of Eloise's former patients still linger within its decaying walls. The most chilling accounts involve the sounds of crying and screaming echoing through the empty corridors. Imagine, if you will, the disconcerting sensation of hearing a child's wail or a woman's scream in the dead of night, emanating from a building that has been abandoned for decades. But it's not just the auditory phenomena that have left visitors unnerved. Many have reported seeing apparitions of former patients. These spectral figures are often seen wandering aimlessly, lost in a world they can't escape. Now we journey to the cold waters of Lake Superior, where the ghost of the SS Edmund Fitzgerald reportedly lurks. The SS Edmund Fitzgerald, a ship of legendary proportions, was known as the Titanic of the Great Lakes. A freighter that was once the largest on North America's inland seas, she was a true giant of her time. But on November 10th, 1975, the Fitzgerald met a fate that no one saw coming. In the midst of a raging storm, with hurricane-like winds and waves reaching heights of over 30 feet, the ship and her crew of 29 vanished without a trace. No distress signals were sent, no signs of trouble were conveyed, just a sudden and eerie silence from the once bustling vessel. To this day, the exact cause of her sinking remains one of the greatest maritime mysteries of the Great Lakes. But the story doesn't end there. Every year on the anniversary of her sinking, people report seeing a ghostly ship sailing across the dark waters of Lake Superior. Some say it's the Fitzgerald, making her final voyage, while others believe it's a spectral reminder of the lives lost in the frigid waters all those years ago. The sightings are often accompanied by a chilling wind, a fog that rolls in from nowhere, and an inexplicable feeling of unease. Witnesses describe the spectral ship as being surrounded by a strange light, sailing silently before disappearing into the cold November mist. Skeptics argue that these sightings are simply tricks of the light, or the result of fog and waves distorting the view. But those who have seen it insist there's something more to it, a spectral presence that can't be explained away. Is it the ghost of the SS Edmund Fitzgerald that people see, or merely a trick of the fog and waves? We may never know. But one thing is certain. The legend of the ghost ship of Lake Superior lives on, a haunting reminder of the tragic fate of the SS Edmund Fitzgerald and her crew. Our next stop is the picturesque Mackinac Island, where beauty masks a haunting past. Nestled in the waters of Lake Huron, Mackinac Island is a charming destination, beloved for its Victorian architecture and quaint horse-drawn carriages. But beneath the serene surface, the island is rife with tales of the supernatural, which continue to intrigue and terrify both locals and visitors. Perhaps the most spine-chilling of these tales are the apparitions of soldiers, remnants of the island's military history. Visitors have reported seeing spectral figures in military uniform, marching in formation or standing guard at Fort Mackinac. The chilling sound of phantom cannon fire, echoing through the still night air, adds to the eerie atmosphere, creating an unsettling soundtrack to these ghostly sightings. But it's not just the spirits of soldiers that haunt the island. There's also the tale of a little girl, her ghostly figure often seen bouncing a red ball near the island's Grand Hotel. Stories suggest she was a guest at the hotel in the late 19th century who tragically lost her life in a horse carriage accident. Her playful spirit is said to still linger, a poignant reminder of the island's layered past. The haunting of Mackinac Island extends beyond these tales. It's as if the island itself clings to its history, refusing to let go of the souls that once called it home. From the historic buildings to the ancient Native American burial grounds, every corner of the island seems to echo with stories of the past, each more chilling than the last. So, if you find yourself on Mackinac Island, don't be surprised if you feel a chill in the air, catch a glimpse of a shadowy figure in the corner of your eye, or hear the distant boom of a cannon. You're simply experiencing the island's rich tapestry of history, where the line between the past and present seems to blur. On Mackinac Island, the past refuses to remain buried and continues to echo in the present. Finally, we delve into the legend of the Michigan Dogman, a creature that is as terrifying as it is enigmatic. This isn't your typical ghost story, but a tale of a creature, part man, part dog, that has been reported to haunt the northern forests of Michigan. The Michigan Dogman, as the tale goes, stands 7 feet tall, with the body of a muscular man and the head of a canine. Its eyes, they say, are piercing and glow in the dark, while its growl sends shivers down the spine of those who've heard it. It's not just the physical description that leaves people shuddering, it's the fear this creature instills in those who claim to have seen it. The stories revolve around unexplained attacks on livestock and pets, with the only evidence being large paw prints, much bigger than any known animal in the state. Some talk about chilling encounters in the deep woods, of feeling watched, of hearing an unearthly growl, only to turn and see a shadowy figure disappear into the trees. The first reported sighting of the Dogman was in the late 19th century, and since then the accounts have only grown. Every decade, it seems, brings a new surge of sightings, each more terrifying than the last. What makes the Michigan Dogman so intriguing is the lack of concrete evidence. Despite countless sightings and stories, no one has been able to capture this elusive creature on film or in a photograph. There is no definitive proof, only a trail of stories and unexplained phenomena that keep the legend alive. Is the Michigan Dogman real or just a myth? The answer may be as elusive as the creature itself. For now, the Dogman remains a mystery, a part of Michigan's folklore that continues to captivate, terrify, and mystify. So the next time you find yourself in the northern forests of Michigan, keep your eyes open and your ears tuned. You never know what might be lurking in the shadows. As our journey through Michigan's ghost stories comes to an end, we're left with more questions than answers. We've traversed the eerie corridors of Eloise Asylum, delved into the tragic tale of the SS Edmund Fitzgerald, felt the chill of the haunting specters of Mackinac Island, and even crossed paths with the enigmatic Michigan Dogman. Each story, a puzzle piece in the grand tapestry of Michigan's supernatural folklore, has left an indelible mark on our collective consciousness. Yet the specter that looms largest is not a phantom or a beast, but a question that has echoed through the ages, lingering in the shadows of our minds. Does the intangible really exist? Can we, the living, truly interact with the spirits of the departed? These are questions that science struggles to answer, and perhaps that's the allure. The thrill of the unknown, the lure of the unseen, the fascination with the unexplained, the spine-chilling allure of the ghost stories we've explored today is not just about the tales themselves, but the unanswered questions they provoke. They challenge our understanding of the world, pushing us to question the line between reality and the supernatural. So, as we close this chapter of our journey, we leave you with this thought to ruminate on. Do ghosts really exist? It's a question that each of us must answer for ourselves. Until next time, sleep tight and don't let the bedbugs bite.